Despite what was referred to as mere fake news by the Armed Forces of the Philippines or AFP of an alleged walkout of its officials during an event with a leader of the land, the nation's defenders reaffirmed commitment to the Constitution and the duly elected authority. Meanwhile, despite efforts to talk between our nations, China seems to still not be fully committed to de-escalate tension, as evidenced by the presence of some of their more notable vessels. Patrick De Jesus has the full details.
Fake news. This is what the Armed Forces of the Philippines called a report over an alleged walkout by several high-ranking officials during a military conference. To recall, a mid-year command conference was held at the AFP headquarters in Camp Aguinaldo on July 4, led by President Ferdinand R. Marcos Jr. himself.
That's fake news, no? I was there personally. There's nothing of that sort that happened. It was a very professional change of ideas and discussion, and there was also a lot of updates that was given. It was all positive, ended on a positive note.
Another AFP official also took a jab on those spreading false information.
That is 50% fabrication, 50% imagination, 100% false. The AFP, senior officers, and the entire organization for that matter conducts itself with the highest level of professionalism. Let us be very careful in picking up stories and check on the veracity, especially of the source.
Meanwhile, the head of the U.S. Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Charles Q. Brown Jr., is in the Philippines and met with AFP Chief of Staff General Romeo Browner Jr. Brown's visit to the country seeks to discuss common interests between the U.S. and the Philippines in regional stability according to international law as long-standing allies. The U.S. also wants to emphasize the goal of keeping the Indo-Pacific open amid rising tensions with China and threats from North Korea. General Brown also recognizes the Balikatan exercises and the expansion of EDCA sites, which he says is a sign of the growing relationship between the two countries. Brown is also scheduled to visit Japan.
Pinapakita nito na yung sinasabi nila na solid yung commitment ng US in this alliance, no? If you look at the activities that are happening, continuous naman tayo sa lahat ng mga activities that are involving the US, and more so involving other nations as well, no?
On the other hand, there is no clear indication yet from whether China is taking steps to ease tensions in the West Philippine Sea after the bilateral consultation meeting between the Philippines and China recently. In the past weeks, the number of Chinese ships in the West Philippine Sea has dwindled, but the monster ship of the China Coast Guard was deployed in Escoda Shoal. Another China Coast Guard ship was also monitored near Lubang Island in Mindoro.
We will ensure that our actions are not escalatory. We will continue the RORE missions. We will continue our maritime air surveillance flights. We will continue securing our features and the integrity of the national territory in the West Philippine Sea.
The morale of the soldiers on the BRP Sierra Madre in Ayungin Shoal remains high. The Navy also assured it has sufficient supplies even though China Coast Guard blocked the RORE mission last month, where a Filipino soldier even lost a finger. Nonetheless, the Navy will continue the RORE missions. Patrick De Jesus from the National TV for a new and better Philippines.